Hi. Hi, everybody. I'm trying to just lower my voice because I think I'm shocking a lot of people with my excitement. Hi, thank you for coming back to Message in a Bottle. I'm Nicole, your HEYOKA empath, and to all you newbies, welcome. This is a channel where I give you very piercing, transformative type of insight, and what that means is it hits you. You always know when something hits you because you tear up or you get chills or other things just kind of stand up. You know, it's like a love energy, but it's meant for you. And so thank you for joining us today. This is so not me. I'm like actually really fucking calm, but I just want to be busting. But I just want to be sensitive to other people's temperament because they may be coming out of the gutter, they may be down, whatever. I don't want to jolt them. I'll jolt them, give them just a few seconds to warm up. So today I'm going to be talking about things that are overlooked. And there's a lot of things that are overlooked, but why this particular thing is very, very important is because in order for our energy to grow, in order for energy to expand and be more powerful, we've got to get rid of where there's holes and leaks. And where there's holes and leaks is where you are not being true to yourself, where we're not being true to ourselves in our reactions, in our responses. And I got to admit, it does take a little bit of finesse to be raw and authentic with someone else. I've been doing it for years. But you just might say when someone says, "How are you?" "I'm fucked up today." Like, do you actually want to know? Are you going to sit down like I think I'm going to need at least an hour or two. And then I need a plan. I need a plan because I can't go another fucking day. You might not want to give that approach unless it's a family member. And there's nothing wrong with that approach. It's just it'll take a while till the world gets to the point where they're not defensive because you're being real as to where you are. And I'll give you an example. These are the people we have to watch out for. Now, they could be friends, they could be family. I'm going to point out a couple of things that they do. First of all, a lot of you, I know because the feedback you've given to me has been to psychologists and counseling, and where they've done good, you know, I applaud them, but for the most part, I believe they've kept you in a loop and in hell and whatever. The other thing, especially if you are as insightful as most of my family here on this channel is, this type of help shoots you in the foot and shoots other people in the foot after in this way. Number one, when you are used to being with someone where you talk and talk and talk and talk and they take notes or they're like, guess what you learn? Two things. You learn that a conversation, which is made of two people, is only a one-way highway, which is your way. Because when you're talking, they can't interject. They can't say, "Well, I don't think you're seeing it in the way I mean." "No, I haven't finished talking." Okay, but you're gathering momentum on this negativity and you're hurting yourself more by batting your head because you think this kink in the armor of our relationship, what you just thought I meant by what I said, is not true. So they can't listen, they can't listen to any input that you would have, and you need to listen to the whole thing. So what that means is all your impulses, all your instincts, all your, "Oh my God, did I really do that?" Even genuine shit has to be suppressed. And at the end, you can just give that sorry, where "I'm sorry, I've done all this to you," which is what people are conditioned to, which is so zero fuck fulfilling because you said a word. It's when a person absorbs that recollection of, oh my God, that's how you took that, that helps that other person release that shit. So that's the first thing. They figure a conversation is a one-way street. The second thing is, you'll notice that if you are talking to them, and especially on the phone, you'll be talking midway your sentence, they'll be like, uh-huh, 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 and you're like, whoa, what'd you say the second uh-huh for? I only said one thing, and you're like, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. And you might brush it off, and you'll keep talking, but it'll bother you. What's bothering you is that they're not paying attention. What's bothering you is that what they're really doing is they're focusing on trying to make you think and make you understand that they're paying attention, which they're not if they have to try to make you believe and understand that they're paying attention. They would actually just be paying attention. They would be absorbing everything you said, and then every now and then be, what? No, oh my, you know, there are impulses in body language and tone and things. Even when people talk and they start going, like they start losing their saliva because they're trying to tell you and convince you why they didn't mean what they mean, that means they're lying. I mean, I had to do a video on all the ways people can lie, but that's like a big secret of mine. But and I certainly don't want to give it to the people who take advantage of other people. So I have to think about how to do this carefully. But when someone lies, their body, they will go dry mouth. You'll notice in front of a cop or authority figure or someone, if you tell a fib or like a little boo-boo white lie or whatever, you'll see saliva will be non-existent, and so will your guy or your girl. Same thing. There's other things that they do as well, but that's a big one. So this person going to shrink, it'll be a one-way street, and they'll be I have, and then you'll stop talking, and they'll go and you'll want to just slap them. Or you'll be creative like me. You'll go, and then purple elephant farted, and they'll go This is fucked up. So the reason I'm bringing up this psychological shit, I gotta talk fast, this shrink business, is that a lot of you who have really, really suffered and haven't awoken to your insight yet, the terminology that you'll learn, like projection and triggered and deflection and blame shifting, you'll take note. But the people who are insightful, HEYOKAs, empath, narcs, because narcs are very insightful. They're just an inverted empath, I think. You know, just like a fallen angel, same thing. Those people who have been told they have gifts, or who have been told they're on a mission to do this or that, and have insight, or do have some gifts, when they are offended by you not receiving what they are offering to you, meaning you've authentically answered, like, I'll give you an example. Someone's checking in on you and they're like, hey, how's it going? And you're like, I don't really want to get into how it's going unless a person's not going to be going, you know, right after we find out how it's going. Like, sit and talk, you know, if I'm going through things, how are you going won't suffice me. Like, I don't know about you guys, but for me, yeah, it won't suffice me at all. Especially someone who just checks in periodically, like you're not part of their life. You're not engaged in their life. They're not engaged in your life. They just check in every now and then. Now, people who check in every now and then, there's always a reason for them to check in every now and then. Maybe they're a client, maybe there's a business angle, you know, maybe you're insightful and they just want to kind of, you know, as happened with me recently when I made a huge error of accepting a client ongoing communication when this person was going through a lot. And this checking every now and then is all like fine and dandy, but when someone hits me with a moment like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, you know, I don't share how I'm doing unless you're actually going to be in there with me. And it could take a while because it's not a, when you look at a strong person, you know that something that just happened recently is not going to dent them. If they're really down and caved in, it's a succession of things. It could be years of things. And so when I was authentic in communicating back, this is what I need, and the person communicated back, oh, okay, I'll just leave you alone. First of all, nobody wants to be left alone. I don't care what you think, what you say. Nobody ever wants to be left alone. They want to be left alone from people who can't feel and be with them where they're at and what they're feeling. They want to be joined so that they're not handling the load on their own. Because at that point, if you are tremendously insightful or just really love this person and you're just going to sit and fucking breathe with them, that's immense gold. Because, especially if you're insightful or older than them or younger or whatever, but you have insight and they're all messed up and you go in there with them because you feel what they're going through, you're going to be able to pick up what they're too blind to see at that moment because they're too fucked up. That's what they need you there for. Nobody wants to be alone. They only want to be away from anyone that is not on their level. And why should they drop? And so when I was honest and authentic and I said, first of all, this person's trying to let me know, sometimes things happen in life, and I responded, no, this is not a sometimes thing. This has been going on for years. And then this went back and forth. And I mentioned, it's not just about touching base where you can get inside or being with a person and giving a few words. And this person flew off the handle. And they flew off the handle because they were extremely insulted that I thought they were, quote unquote, using me for insight. Now, I just want to take you through this very carefully. If someone really cares for you, as this person said they did, friend type thing, and always beware when you're meeting someone, they're like, love you, I love you. Like after the first, second time, yeah, tail sign. It's like going out on a date and the guy holds your hand right away. It's not going to feel natural. That's a control issue. Just like when someone says, I love you, right after your first interaction with them, you know that they're trying to hook you in because they're going to need you for things. As this person continued to do with, hey, I have a quick question. Hey, I have a quick question, blah, 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 blah. So, all I want to say is, if you really care for someone, and they say to you, maybe they've just gone through a lot of people who fucked them over and cheated them or took money from them, and they say, oh, you're just in love with me for my money. Let's say they just do that because they've just been burned raw. And it's not really true. You're not after them for their money. Do you think you'd be angry? No. You'd be sad. You'd be confused. You'd be hurt for them that they think that. But you would not feel attacked unless there was a grain of truth that they said that's hidden. And that is even hidden perhaps from them. Because otherwise, there would be no need to be defensive. They would not be angry. They would be upset that you believe that they're not for real. No person that really cares for you, that is a true friend, will be upset that you believe, erroneously or not, that they're just trying to take. Or there's some level of, that's why you check in everything. To which this person responded, why, just because I don't check in every single day? So you already know by the choice of words people use. Check in. When people have to check in, it's a chore. It's like you're a patient. You don't check in with a friend. You engage daily with a good friend. Every other day, something. You find out what's going on. You don't just connect. when you feel something's happening in your life and you're going to need some input from them. So be polite first, ask them how they're doing. Big fucking bullshit, and just like get rid of it. It's going to happen with family, it's going to happen with employees, it's going to happen with neighbors, it's going to happen with a lot of things. If you, and especially, you can always tell the false friends, because they'll always be saying things like, why, just because you're going through blah, blah, blah. They'll try to trivialize what you just said that you're going through. Then they'll take it up a notch and they'll say something like, every time, and this could be family, especially family or friends, whatever you want to call them, they're false. Because they'll be like, every time I talk to you, you're going through something. Yeah, I am, and I have. And that's the type of strength and stamina I have. Do you have that kind of strength and stamina to be a part of my life? To get the goods from me back, to exchange? Obviously you don't. Those of you that have gone through a lot of things, and you so know who I'm talking to, and it's a majority of my people, and I just fucking love you. I want to say I love your ass, but in case there's guys listening, and I know there's a lot of them, I just take that out. But do you ever think that you would say to someone, oh, been there, done that? That's another thing. People say, those people who've been there, done that, have not been there where you are and done that. Because had they been there where you are, they'd be broken into so many humility bits that they could never trivialize or demean someone else's experience. Even if there's a little boy and his frog ripped his leg, that would be horrifying. You're not going to say, oh, I'm going through a fucking divorce, it's doing a fucking frog. You're not going to say that. You're going to understand. It's his first friend. It's his love. It's his life. And so when I look at these type of people who trivialize you, and you put up with it and think you're making a big deal, I want you to know that you're not. You're not making a big deal. And the first thing you need to do to plug in those leaks that are happening inside of you is be authentic. And when someone says, how's it going on? If they're not important to you, thanks for asking, a lot's going on, pushing through the grind, everything's cool. But if it's someone who knows you, and they've gained from you, level of business or personal, and they're like, how's it going? I'm going through things right now. Okay, well, don't want to bother you. Well, hope you get better. These hope you get better, I'll check in, sending you love and light, is bull fucking shit of zero fucking help. That's zero fucks translated in vibrational language. Get rid of these people because they're sucking you dry. And in this channel, we don't suck people dry. In this channel, we let them be the way they want to be. And if we have the stamina, we offer to help. And if we don't have the stamina, we don't offer to help. We can say our prayer for them, but we don't give false anything on this channel. This has been a message in a bottle. I'm Nicole Coleman, your HEYOKA empath, telling it like it is. Bye for now.